The basketball centennial is a very special celebration of this unique American game. Coming to show you how the game was played 100 years ago, give a nice warm round of applause and a welcome to the Coopertown Elementary School players and the players from Joe Burns School. These young players are under their coach's physical education teacher, Karen Sawyers at Coopertown. Her players are Jessica Biggs, Megan Carter, Julie Champion, Charlene Gregory, Christina Lewis, Andrea Mayo, Brandy Motes, Amy Moore, Mary Plumley, Crystal Roberts, Mary Webb, and Helen Wells. For Joe Burns, Renee Doris is the coach. Her players are Joanne Byrne, Brandy Davidson, Elena Todd, Taryn Green, Amanda Hamilton, April Henson, Christy Hill, Amy Jones, Hunter Mantooth, Elizabeth Mims, Michelle Mitchell, Penny Moore, Amy Moss, Heather Rager, Cammie Smothers, and Jill Vogel. Yes, it was 100 years ago that basketball was invented by Dr. James Naismith at the YMCA Training School, now Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. We have celebrated all year long in the TSSAA this special centennial. The young ladies are showing you tonight the way the game was played 100 years ago. As you see, there was no dribbling. The ball that was used then, a heavier ball that was not one conducive to dribbling on the floor. And several rules were written by Dr. Naismith that gave direction to this competition 100 years ago. A few of those rules include that the ball may be thrown in any direction. The young ladies could use one or both hands. The ball could be batted in any direction. The player could not run with the ball, except one who was running to catch it could perhaps take a step if running at good speed. The ball must be held in or between the hands, could not be cradled on the body. No shouldering, holding, pushing, tripping, or striking in any way an opponent. A foul is striking at a ball with your fist. A goal is made when the ball is thrown or batted from the grounds into the basket. You see the young ladies not allowed to dribble, but merely to pass, and most shooting underhanded. And there's our first basket. And as you see, it took a while for the inventor of the game, Dr. Naismith, and others to understand if you cut the bottom out of that peach basket, the ball will fall right on through. So they stopped after each basket, had to retrieve the ball. It was then thrown to center court for a jump ball. Our players are in fashion that was typical of 100 years ago, as are the referees, the coaches serving as referees. We had two persons helping to officiate. The umpire judged the basketball players. The referee judged the ball and noted when the ball was in or out of bounds. And this is our second half of play, and there's the score for Coopertown. It's 1-1 in this half. We're playing an abbreviated game tonight. The game 100 years ago was 2 15-minute halves with a 5-minute time between. And should the game end in a tie, the captains determine should there be an overtime. What's going on, partner?
Well, I thought I'd speak before you got so busy, but you're busy as Stitch.
Staying busy. There's another underhand goal. Give her a nice round of applause. We're going to change teams. Let some more players come in. The substitutions on the floor. As our ball girl retrieves the ball from the peach basket. Do what? Pretty good. You? Do what? Well, me and Mark are going to do one together in May down there. No, Furman does it free. No. You know, I did one night free a few years ago, but not enough. Got it? It's right here. Had it for 20 minutes. costumes of the players have changed, but the basics are still the same. The object of getting a ball through a hoop to score a point. These young ladies coming from Coopertown. Coopertown is west of Springfield in Robertson County. The school was established in 1931 and was a high school from 31 to 64. It's been grades K through 8 since 1964. 560 students are enrolled in Coopertown Elementary. Joe Burns is 10 miles north of Springfield in Cedar Hill. Joe Burns School is established since 1950 and has always been comprised of grades K through 12. A current enrollment of 710 students. Take care, buddy. Good luck to y'all tonight. I'll be through in a minute and have a little time to talk. The NCAA may have coined the term March Madness for their great tournament, but here in Tennessee, the girls' state always brings excitement. With the very best in women's basketball coming to Murfreesboro each March. The girls this week, the boys next week. And all of this competition, thanks to Dr. Naismith and his inventive mind of the YMCA Training School, where the first tap that beach basket on the wall and his physical education students gather to understand the 13 basic rules of the game. We appreciate the time and effort the coaches and the young people have put together to show us this demonstration and to celebrate Centennial basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them all a nice round of applause. As they gather back at their bench, show us the courtesy of them being here. Basketball and its centennial celebration, thanks to Coopertown Elementary and Joe Burns School. We appreciate you being with us and helping us understand the basic rules and celebrate 100 years of basketball in America.
You did a good job.
Sir. What? Please sit.
Only 2 of 9 from the field. But of course, that was before the last 5 minutes of this game. He jinxed them. What do I tell him?
The basketball centennial is a celebration of the American game. This season marks the official celebration of the basketball centennial. And to reenact the game, we have students here from the Walter Hill School. Yes, it was 100 years ago when Dr. Naismith invented the game of basketball. And we hope you will watch, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll read along some of the original 13 rules so that you'll have an understanding of how these young men will be playing the game. They come from Walter Hill School. And I want to introduce to you the players and then get into the rules. They're Philip Kaysen, Doug Grissom, Drew Pate, Rick Swader, Butch Young, Sean Pollard, Brian Alsop, Wesley Bush, Jason Kramer, and Chris Long. Team 2 is Gerald King, Tim Alsop, Tyrone Matthews, Seth Olmstead, Andy Holmes, D.K. Ivey, Chris Templeton, Jonathan Lee, Jared Heintz, and Jason DeBerry. Dr. Naismith was an inventive person, but it took a few years before they found out if you'll cut the bottom out of that peach basket, the game will proceed a little quicker. The 13 rules of basketball, as written by Dr. Naismith, included the following. The ball could be thrown in any direction with one or both hands. The ball could be batted in any direction with one or both hands, but not with the fist. A player could not run with the ball. The player must throw it from the spot on which he catches the ball. Allowance to be made for a man who catches the ball when running at good speed. The ball must be held in or between the hands. The arms or body must not be used for holding it. No shouldering, holding, pushing, tripping, or striking the opponent in any way. A foul is striking at the ball with the fist. If either side makes 3 consecutive fouls, it shall count as a goal for the opponents. A goal shall be made when the ball is thrown or batted from the grounds into the basket and stays there. providing those defending the goal do not touch or disturb the goal. If the ball rests on the edge, the opponent moves the basket, it shall count as a goal. The ball goes out of bounds, it's thrown onto the field of play by the person touching it. Remember, no dribbling, and you can see with this type ball, it was difficult to dribble. There's a score. The umpire is the judge of the men and shall note the fouls and notify the referee when 3 consecutive fouls are made. The referee is the judge of the ball and shall decide when the ball is in bounds, to which side it belongs, and shall keep the time. He shall decide if a goal has been made and keep account of the goals with any other duties that are usually performed by a referee. The game is played in 2 15-minute halves with 5 minutes rest in between. The side making the most goals in that time is declared the winner. In case of a draw, the game may, by agreement of the captains, be continued until another goal is made. These young men all come from Walter Hill Elementary School, located northeast of Murfreesboro on Highway 231 toward Lebanon. Walter Hill School was built in 1928 and for many years was grades 1 through 12. Since 1972, the school has been used for grades K through 8 and has a current enrollment of 911 students. The principal of Walter Hill School is Butch Campbell, our official clock operator at Murphy Center. And the coaches of the Walter Hill Hornets are physical education teachers Sherry Rambo and Don Lee. Another score. After each score, a jump ball determined the possession. As you can see, 6 were jumping there at center court. The ball never dribbled. The original ball was a heavier ball than we utilize today. And 100 years ago, most shots were either 2-hand between the leg shots or a 2-hand set shot. Again, Dr. Naismith, the inventor of the game, in his effort to find activities for the young students at the Springfield YMCA during the cold winter months. Peach baskets became the object to which the ball was thrown, only because a couple happened to be around the YMCA training school. And from that humble beginning 100 years ago to the great game we know in 1992, basketball has sure come a long way. Invented in the United States and still dominated in international play, for the most part by players from the United States. And certainly a popular sport in America 100 years after Dr. Naismith invented it. Last week, some young girls showed us the 100-year celebration, complete with costume. Today, it's the young boys from Walter Hill Elementary School of Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. Let's give them all a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and thank them for being with us to show us basketball as it was played 100 years ago.